Okay. Before we start, give me 1 second. How many people? I'm speaking in English, but how many people understand Spanish? Raise your hands. How many people understand English? How many people does not understand Spanish? Well, there are not too many. So I will switch to Spanish because I think that it's more fluent. Yeah. Okay, Portuguese. How many people speak English? Portuñol. Sorry, I'm getting this because I'm the first. So thank you, Chris. But so that's a paddle. You know that paddle, right? Basically, you can start. Go ahead. Okay. Marco, where are you? Oh, he's there. Sorry, 1 second. So I think that table tennis can save journalists, so I will spend 30 seconds playing about it. Now let's go to business. So thank you very much for being here. My name is Mariano Blejman. I am a table tennis not professional guy. I play more like this girl rather than this girl. I have been playing since my childhood. I am like the best of the worst table tennis players and the worst of the best table tennis players. So like in the range of average. So this guy is Malone, is the best table tennis players in the world, and he has a perfect stroke. I can talk about like hours about this stroke, the way that he put the hands and etc. And I realized that after playing the last 30 years, but mainly professional, the last 4 years, that the way to improve table tennis is to change bad habits. And that's something that also appealed to the industry of news. When you train table tennis, basically you need to improve the way that you do the technique and not improve the way that you play table tennis. So it's a small difference between being a good table tennis player and trying to be better in your bad habits. So one thing that we've learned training table tennis, that's my creativity supported by AI and crazy stuff. The only moment when you have full control on table tennis is when you serve. So when you serve, you drop the ball to the air, you have a spin, you have a speed, but the strength, the force is not enough. You need to be deceptive, you need to be compelling, you need to prepare your match for the reception and be ready for what's going to happen afterwards. And that's a very strong concept in terms of how do you change bad habits. I love these pictures. I mean, we all know what's going to happen here. Focus on the present. So you don't have to focus on the past. Oh, I missed the last ball. You don't have to focus on the future, like I'm going to lose that game. And to focus on the present and to change the bad habits, the first thing that you have to do is to know how to handle the paddle. If you have been playing tennis, you will do it like this. But if you want to play properly and to want to improve, you need to start with a small changes. So that's the steps of playing a stroke that is called forehand. So you start like this, you play here, and you do that like here. And it's easy to do in front of the mirror, but it's impossible to do when the ball starts to move. So, expect the unexpected. That's a 100-year-old tennis table player. That's real picture. It's not a AI generative. When you start playing table tennis, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, you start moving, and then you need to figure out when you play with people at the same level that you need to imagine yourself winning. If you think that you're going to lose, you're going to lose. Obviously, I'm talking about the same level, not when you play with someone like Malone. But something that is important when you start changing your bad habits is to breathe between points. You play, you stop, you breathe. If you don't breathe, you are not going to be able to rebuild your brain and rebuild the way that you do things. That's kind of Picasso, tennis table, AI, generative stuff. The there is no one killer shot. So there is no one thing that is going to make you a good table tennis player. It's about consistency and to keep putting the ball in front of in the other guy. And something that happens when you play, one thing is when you train, but when you go to play in a real match, you go back to your bad habits. You feel that you need to go to your comfort zone to keep doing what you're used to do. And what is important is that you have to cross the bridge, the uncanny valley, and keep doing your good habits until you get confidence and you start winning. And the way to do that, enjoy. Enjoy the role. Think about what I've been talking about here and think about your day-to-day job and how can you change your bad habits, and eventually you will improve. So thank you very much for your time. We will be playing with Marco later on, so yeah, after Werewolf we will be here in floor 0. Thank you very much.